Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and today we are going over digital bugs. Now, there are a little mini archetype in this box that have no super rares or ultra rares, so that makes it free to play friendly, but they're not the greatest archetype in the world. I had a lot of different ways I was trying to play them. It's hard to make them really good, but I like this deck I've landed on. Let's start by saying instead of Treacherous, you can use Karma Cuts if you want to. It's pretty good and does utilize the resources of your deck a little better. I like Treacherous, and we're not using the 2 limit, so why not use Treacherous? But other than that, I'll go over the core of the archetypes. So they're level 3 light bugs. All the boss monsters require light insects, so that's why the archetype is everything it needs, but we do have a little bit of outside help that is also a light insect. We'll get to that in a moment. Core, Web Soldier, or Web Soldier? What? That's a terrible name. Anyway, cannot be used for any Xyz material except an insect. That's exactly what we're doing. Once returned, target one face-up attack position monster you control. It's going to be himself. Change it to defense position. If you do, you get a special summon to level 3 from your deck. So that's actually really good. He's a 1-card Xyz. You go into your level 3 Scaradiator, like Gladiator, but like a scarab, I guess. Pretty funny again there. So 2 or more level 3 light insect monsters. So you can add 3. Why would you want to add 3? Because really, all this deck can make is level 3 Xyz, but we do have a level 5 and a level 7 Xyz. What they do is what this box has been doing a lot of with these Xyz monsters, and they're overlaying other Xyz monsters as their material. But for this boy, you have to detach 2 material. So if you use 3 material to make this boy, and he has 3 material, you detach 2 of it, that keeps 1 on him. You overlay your 5, now your 5 has 2. If your 5 has 2, you can overlay your 7. So essentially, how we make our 7, we don't use 2 or more 7 light insects, no way. We climb the ladder after using a full 3 field of light insects. So it sounds a little complicated. You'll see it in the duels. It's not that complicated, but it's important to note we have no natural way to make these. You are always climbing the ladder. Now let's say you don't need to climb the ladder. What do these guys actually do? Once per turn, detach 2 material, target 1 monster your opponent controls, change its battle position, and it has its effects negated till the end of this turn. So it can negate effects and change to defense position. That's pretty good. His only downside is he's really just 1800. So those are quick effects too. So yeah, during either player's turn, you can do that. Very gnarly. When it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can attach the destroyed monster as material. So there are ways to climb up your little digital bugs. Like I said, the easiest way to make him is going to be Web Soldier, who will special summon from the deck, or sorry, from your hand. That makes out pretty well. The only problem is our other digital bugs aren't very good. We're using Centibit just because we need a level 3 light bug, and there's not many, so we're only using 2 of him. He's not a very good card. They're more comeback mechanics when you shy away from Web Soldier. So this guy, when he's changed from attack position to defense position, you can special summon 1 level 3 insect type from your deck in defense position. Usually that's not going to happen, but if you do have multiple, you can get some good stuff out. It's just a little slow. He's really just a body on the field, which will be more pivotal once I get to further points of the deck. Anyway, we have Cocoon Denser. Cannot be used for Xyz material except insects. That's what they're all like. This card is in attack position. He's 0 attack. You can target 1 level 3 insect monster in your graveyard, change this card to defense position, and special summon that monster. So he's like a Sombre essentially, but a little more resource efficient. He just has to be an attack. Special summon from your graveyard. You have another level 3 Xyz who can turn into a 5, possibly even a 7 if you've done enough. But definitely a 5. What does our 5 do? You can, detaching 2 Xyz from a 3 or 4 insect, blah blah blah. That's how we summon him. Let's see, once per turn you can detach one Xyz material from this card, then target one defense position monster your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. Very good when you can catch them in defense position. Once per turn, if the battle position of a monster on the field is changed, you can attach one insect monster from your graveyard to this card as Xyz material. Helps you get up to that level 7 Rhino. What does our Rhino do? You need 2 on your level 5 to overlay him over your level 5. He does piercing damage once per turn during either player's turn, so it's a quick effect. You can detach one material, destroy the face-up monster your opponent controls with the highest defense. If they're tied, you destroy them all. So that's a really gnarly effect, especially when you can just summon them outright. So that's the 2 ways you can get extra material onto your boys to get to your 7. You either destroy a monster with this boy, destroy a monster with this boy, they'll attach, or you start your Xyz with 3 monsters on the field. So really this is only our dynamic special summon we can do on our own first turn. That's why Mirror Ladybug is super important. But Mirror Ladybug is a risk because it's only good while there's no monsters in your graveyard, and you will definitely have monsters in your graveyard. So that's why things like Karma Cut would work out over Treacherous, because if your hand is clogged up with Mirror Ladybugs, you can just use them for your Karma Cut. But for the Archetype it works really well because it is a light insect and our boss monsters require a light insect. If you control one face-up monster and have no monsters in your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. When this card is special summoned this way, it becomes the levels of all other monsters you control. So if you just control level 3, he'll become level 3. It's that easy. Now that's like a play you make once with just Mirror Ladybug. So if you have Karma Cuts, you can throw them away. We also have some Forbidden Lance, you know what those are for, just to get away from back row. We have this card, it's like a mask change for digital bugs. It's Bug Signal, you target one Insect Xyz, special summon from your extra deck, one insect monster 2 ranks higher or lower than that monster you control, and we're 3, 5, 7, so you can climb the ladder whichever way you want. You can even go backwards, so we can run just 1 7, you could go back to a 5, running 2 3s, 2 5s, little mask change for our bugs, just think of it like that. And then last but not least, since we have to cram our deck with a bunch of level 3 bugs that aren't too great, we use Psychic Wielder. When they're just level 3s, we can special summon them, hit him with some synchros. I've chosen Bryonic Dragon. He can discard, return to the hand, and to be a little more resource conscientious, I'm Psyhemoth. Fantastic form of removal because he will banish whatever he battles, kind of like a DD Warrior and things like that. But he's a 2400 monster, so I really like Wielder in this deck. It's all pretty gnarly stuff, and of course a Wielder will work with Mirror Ladybug. You normal summon the Wielder and then special summon the Ladybug and still make a 6, but we're only running 2 synchros, so our extra deck is really spread thin. So it's hard with this deck. The monsters are okay. They're actually okay. The boss monsters are actually okay, but they're kind of dynamic. They want you to be really dynamic. I think the best way to probably play this deck would be with like a lot of survival cards like Hull Life Barrier, Kiteroids, things like that, just to survive so you can get up your ladder and hopefully just win the duel with a couple turns of a Rhino on the field. But it'll all be a little more clear once you see the replays, so I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing a Joey Wheeler. Man, that was a really long introduction to this deck that's not even that good. And I didn't even get to the skill. We're using Parasite Infestation. That'll put 2 bugs in your opponent's deck, and if they draw into them, they're parasites, they special summon, do damage. This used to be meta, believe it or not. This used to be core to burn decks way back. So we're fighting 6 Samurai. He's used this card, Ebon Steed, Legendary Ebon Steed. That will protect them from an instance of destruction. So we do have 2 Treacherous. We're going to use both Treacherous, believe it or not. Here our boy does his other normal summon. That means we can use both our Treacherous. We're going to hit him once. We're going to hit him twice. Let's go destroy all 3 of these cards. Had we only used 1 Treacherous, one of his monsters would have survived. Now, hits the Dojo. That's a Fuma. There's the Parasite I was talking about on the top of his deck. We flip up our Centibit, special summon our Wielder. That's a Psyhemoth. Now we're going to normal summon Cocoon That's going to special summon Centibit from our graveyard because he was in attack position. Now we get an Xyz. That's 2 Xyz. Not going to use his effect of changing our boy's position because he's already in defense position. That means we can use 2 material to go straight to our level 5 Corbage. Returns the Fuma to the deck. Why is that so crucial? Because if you destroy Fuma, Fuma gets to float out and special summon. That's why I did not use Wielder's effect to destroy the Fuma. We had to wait till we got the 5, return him to the deck, win the duel. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Shizu. Go in second. No saver Matt. Now we have Cocoon Denser. I mean, isn't it great when you just have all the monsters you need in your hands? Duels really go well. Here our boys using agents, fairies, counter fairies, could be counter fairies. I don't know if he does actually have any counter element to his deck. Right now we're just seeing agent monsters. We even have our bug mask change. We're getting normal summon Web Soldier, special summon Mirror Ladybug, that's a level 3. Use his effect to special summon our Cocoon Denser. Scarabator. He's going to detach, flip Uranus to defense. Now we're going Psyhemoth, special summoned a Wielder. Still had our Web Soldier on the field. Wielder's effect gets rid of Uranus. Hit him with the Scarator. Use our Bug Signal. Go with the Corbage, exactly lethal, 1800 plus 2200, even over 2 monsters. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Shizu. Go in second. Using a Shizu, Sleeve and Matt. These guys are really coordinated. So we're using Web Soldier. We did get a Tetris and our Wielder. Fighting Gravekeepers. Got a Parasite on the top of his deck there. That means all we gotta do is not flip up that Spy, and he's gonna be all clogged up. So we're gonna just set a Tetris, let him pull into our Parasite, summons it, takes 1000 damage. Now he's gonna flip up that Spy, special summons a Descendant. Now we hit him with the Tretch, and survive to duel another turn. Even after he tributes, he's going the end of Anubis, power the Guardians. But we have plenty of outs to just a 3k monster who avoids an instance of destruction. We can get around that. All we gotta do is go Web Soldier. He's gonna special summon Cocoon Denser. Then we special summon our our Wielder to make a Synchro of a Bryonic. We're gonna throw away this Web Soldier. We're gonna keep the Wielder. Hit him with the Brio after we return his monster from that Power of the Guardian. Curse of Anubis still in his hand. Sets a back row. Now we're gonna flip up our Cocoon Denser into attack position. That's gonna let him special summon Web Soldier. Brio's gonna return that back row. It's actually just a Fiendish Chain. So Xyz can even work with just our level 3, and we still have lethal. We know one of the cards in his hand is Curse of Anubis, so it's not likely he really has anything that can stop us, but we do set our other Cocoon and flip our Brio to defense, just in case. But of course, we still worked out. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Seto Kaiba. Going first. He's using Dark Magician Sleeve and Mat. Yet using Balance. I don't think Kaiba would really like that Sleeve and Mat. We got our Bug Signal. It's pretty much a mass change for our Xyz bugs. Toss some more bugs in his deck. Normal summon the Web Soldier. Centibit. Scaradator. These are like really bad puns. But we're going to stop there because he can negate an effect and he can switch to defense, and we have a mass change. So he is Gladiator. We're going to use our material, switch him to defense. Now we got a Tetris. We have a Wielder. We're going to do a little more damage. We swing with our 1800. He gets an instance of material because he destroyed a monster. I don't think that's going to come into play at all in this duel. We'll use our mass change. We use our Bug Signal. That brings out our Corbage. He has 2 instances of material now. And we have our Wielder, hitting him for 600 damage. 200 short when he pulls in the Parasite. We saw the Parasite on the top of his deck, so we knew what was going to happen. We can't target thanks to that Gladiator Beast, so we have to destroy our own Wielder, but he didn't have any back row that could stop him from the beginning. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Sartorius, going first. What is that on his sleeve? I don't know what that is. We're using, I don't know what that is. He's got an Archfiend mat. I honestly can't tell what his sleeve is. We had a normal summon the Web Soldier. Special summon Ladybug, that's a 3. Web Soldier special summons Cocoon. We're using all 3 of the monsters, guys. So use all 3 of the monsters. That's going to put 3 instances of material on this boy. That means we can bring out our 5 by discarding 2 instances of material. That's going to leave 2 instances of material for our Corbage. Now with 2 instances of material, Corbage can turn into Rhinoceros. So, now we just can quick effect destroy a face-up monster on the field just by detaching our material. Here we're facing Sartorius. He's getting some +2s. Whatever monster he brings out, we're going to destroy. Here we go with our Cocoon Denser. He's going to Fiend Comedian, get rid of all those cards from our grave. Had he not done that, Cocoon Denser could have special summoned one of our level 3s. We could have done more XYZs. We could have threatened lethal damage. But he didn't pull anything that could save him anyway and has to scoop. And yeah, that's pretty much how you get out the 7. Takes all 3 of those. I like mixing in just the synchro plays with the basic 3 to 5 if you need it, and then you save the Cocoon Densers just for a comeback into another 3 and 5. Bring that 7 out with that mass change if you really need it is pretty much the idea of this deck. Just gotta find a way to make use of those little mirror ladybugs that they brick you because they do not work with that wielder. So it's a little tough. This deck could probably use some optimizing, maybe get some new bug support of some sort, maybe more light level 3s that are a little better. Who knows? Konami is probably just peppering this in there. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys are running it, and thanks for watching.